Hey everybody, Michelle Pellin, holistic psychotherapist here with some tips on anger management. So, here's the thing with anger. We don't usually want to vomit our words on people, okay? Most of us want to try to contain ourselves. Most of us want to calm down. We don't want to explode because what happens is that inner part of us, that subconscious, that little child that's about the age of a 5-year-old, our subconscious, when that vomits on people, when that explodes onto people, that part of us that wants what it wants, and I don't care, and F you, when that part of us comes through, we don't want to really share that with other people because we usually say things we don't mean and then we feel terrible, on and on and on and on. Okay, so how do we avoid that? So one of the things we're taught from childhood is to ignore our body signals. Our bodies are amazing instruments and will tell us when something is going to happen. So let me give you some examples from childhood. You need to clean your plate before you have dessert, even if you're full. You can't possibly be hungry yet. Go to bed at this time. It doesn't matter if you're tired or not. Go take a nap, even if you're not tired. Stop crying. Stop being angry. That's not nice. So our feelings, and I'm talking about, emotional feelings for sure, but our physical feelings are also being taught to be ignored, okay? So this is a perpetual problem in our society. And well-meaning parents, including me, when I had younger kids, were doing this. So what happens is that you don't trust your body and you get angry at your body. And when something happens, you blame your body. So when we're getting angry, there is a red flag in your body. Sometimes your head will hurt. Sometimes your stomach will hurt. Sometimes you may clench your fists. Sometimes maybe it's in your jaw. Maybe your face gets hot. Maybe you get sweaty or shaky. For me, when I get to that point, it's my heart. When my heart starts doing this and thumping out of its chest, I need to get the heck out of the room, and fast. So this takes practice. I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but the first step is checking in with yourself and really figuring out what your body signal is. Once you've got that, you can say, I'll be right back, step out of the room, and take some deep breaths, 5 or 10 minutes. This is not a permission slip for you to go squealing tires and driving away. This is not a permission slip for you to get out of the argument. You have to go in, you have to finish it, okay? And this is not a permission slip for the other person to follow you around the house and say, hey, get back here, we're not done talking. If it's a partner, tell them ahead of time that this is something you're going to try, because you want them to do the same thing if they're feeling angry. You don't want them to vomit on you, right? So you can work through this if you tell each other, hey, we're both going to try this and see what happens. And don't take it personally if I step out of the room. That's the worst thing you can do, by the way. If somebody's really angry and you're really angry, the worst thing you could do is yell at them and tell them to get back there. I know, again, that's your inner child. Our inner childs, by the way, are about the age of a 5-year-old. Ask any hypnotherapist that question. So our subconscious wants what it wants when it wants, and that's it. And that's the part of you that's coming out in full force when you're angry. So go in the room, take some deep breaths, come back out, and you will be amazed how well this works. I had this situation happen with one of my family members. He struggled with his temper, and for years I had mentioned this technique, and he didn't want to try it for whatever reason. Change is hard, right? But one day we were talking about something, and he said, I'll be right back. He walked to his bedroom, took some deep breaths, came back, we finished the conversation, and everything was great. This was not something he had normally done in the past. So this does work. I've seen it firsthand work in my own home. So if this is something that, you might want to try, let me know how it works for you. Put it in the comments below. I would love to hear that, and I would love to hear other ways that you've been able to control your anger so that we can help each other. I would love some new techniques from everybody to share and to learn from each other, okay? So we will talk more in the future about our bodies, tuning into our bodies. I'm going to do a video on intuitive eating soon, but it's very important to be mindful and get back in touch with your body because it will tell you when enough is enough. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And in the meantime, please take care of you. Bye-bye.